Welcome back to the Modern Dodo's YouTube channel. I'm so honored that you've chosen to join me here. Hopefully you're enjoying some of my other content on my website, on my social media channels. But enough about me. Let's jump right into the sports week ahead. It all starts obviously with Monday, but in this case with Monday, February 15th. And in this case, it starts off with women's hoops. I believe we started with women's hoops last week, but this week it's number 5 Stanford visiting number 11 Oregon at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. It's Monday night, so what can you expect? Don't forget there's always WWE Raw, and there's other games happening that I list on my website, themoderndodo.com. Just for the sake of keeping this YouTube video somewhat short and sweet, it never ends up working out that way. I'll cover some of the biggest matchups that you'll want to see each week. So feel free to, or feel encouraged, I should say, to go to my website and see everything that's going on each day for the week ahead. But I got to admit, as I started to put together that schedule, I was looking at it and I was like, ooh, this week's going to be a little bit of a snoozer. And then what happened? But the Champions League and the soccer world came to the rescue. And the Champions League starts off this week with an absolute banger that you won't want to miss at 3 p.m. Now, the thing that's tough about the Champions League, as well as the Europa League, which I'm going to cover, if you're a big soccer fan, you have to subscribe to CBS All Access. That streaming service costs about $100 for a year, if I recall correctly. But if you're a soccer guy, you've got to check it out. You can't afford to not have it. You can afford to not have it on Tuesday, because at 3 o'clock, it's PSG versus Barcelona, and it's on regular CBS. So what does that mean for maybe the more casual non-soccer fans? That means Messi versus Mbappe is on regular national TV, let's call it. Now, if we're really lucky, we may also get Neymar. He's currently injured for PSG, but his return date is set for late February. So it's mid-February. I don't know if we're going to get him, but either way, Messi and Mbappe are 2 of the top 5 names in the soccer world, and they're going to be facing off at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Absolutely phenomenal. It gets even better, believe it or not, because the NHL treats us to 2 of their biggest names. Probably the top 2, Ovechkin versus Crosby. The Penguins versus the Capitals at 7 p.m. on NBCSN, NBC Sports Network at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm out of breath that we're going to be able to see Messi, Mbappe, Ovechkin, and Crosby all on Tuesday. As we move into Wednesday, things get interesting because the men's semifinals of the Australian Open are scheduled. Now, they're technically not scheduled because the matchups are still yet to be set. The date we do know, it's February 17th. The time as well as the channel, we don't quite know yet. What we do know is that ESPN owns the rights to the Australian Open, so at the very least that's going to be on ESPN+. But as I mentioned earlier, every morning on my social channels, I post a little bit of a look ahead at the day, and I do a video, a short form video. It's got to be less than a minute for TikTok. I'll likely cover a little bit more about the Australian Open via that TikTok post, and certainly on my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, when we get closer to Wednesday. There is more Champions League soccer on Wednesday. At 3 p.m., you're going to have a really tough decision to make. So at 3 p.m., Juventus, and again, that's Ronaldo's Juventus. Juventus plays FC Porto, and Dortmund plays Sevilla. Those games are both at 3 p.m. on CBS All Access. I'll probably tune into Dortmund. I love their young talent, Erling Haaland, all those guys that play, Giovanni Reina, an American talent. But if you're not sold by that and Ronaldo can't lure you in, the Premier League gives you yet another choice at 3 p.m. because Man City plays Everton. That'll likely be somewhere on NBCSN or Peacock. A lot of things really still up in the air this week for the week ahead. Keep an eye out on my website as those things start to get clarified. At 10 p.m., what we do know is that the NBA has the evening all to itself. So at 10 p.m. on ESPN, the Heat and the Warriors face off. And what we do know is that those teams are good at shooting three-pointers. So we're probably going to be in for a treat at 10 p.m. on Wednesday. On Thursday, the Australian Open returns. This time, it's the women's semifinals. Again, on those ESPN family of networks, matchups, times, exact channels, still to be determined. But Thursday also treats us to the Europa League. And unfortunately, I'm very interested in the Europa League this year. Things will warm up for me personally at 12:15 or 12:55 because I will certainly tune in to see Man United versus Real Sociedad. At 3 p.m., that's when I'll be at the edge of my seats because Arsenal plays Benfica. Again, those games are both streaming on CBS All Access if you're looking to tune into those. Where you won't have to tune into a streaming service is again at 10 p.m. on this time TNT when the Brooklyn Nets, their big three, travel to play the Lakers, LeBron, AD. LeBron's sort of a big three in and of himself, but that's a game you'll definitely won't want to miss. One of the games that I think you're going to be forced to miss, and I like to stay positive on my social channels, but I just can't resist here because as of right now, the Lightning are scheduled for a Stanley Cup Finals rematch against the Dallas Stars, and that game is not scheduled for any TV viewing. So I don't know how that can even be possible. Hopefully it sorts itself out. If not, I don't know, maybe I'll just go to bed early. I'll be grumpy on Thursday if that game's not on TV because that seems like a big, big miss for the NHL for me. So on Friday, as we tune into Friday, much like last week, the NBA has really sort of owned our Friday night. So this Friday, it's on ESPN. It's at 8 o'clock. It's at 10 o'clock. It's the Mavs, the Pelicans, the Jazz, the Clippers. If you're not in for that much basketball, maybe you look at WWE's Friday Night SmackDowns, or maybe you make it a movie night, do something, get a little bit of rest and relaxation, because the weekend ahead is going to be absolutely packed with sporting events that you're going to want to tune into. So it starts on Saturday morning, and it starts early at 9:30 a.m. Bayern Munich travels to Frankfurt. That's a top 5 matchup in the Bundesliga, and we do have some certainty there because we know that Bundesliga matchups are almost all on ESPN+. So that makes it really easy before we delve back into the uncertainty of the Australian Open. The finals for both the men's and women's games are on Saturday. So you'll want to tune in to see when those will be broadcast and quite frankly, who's going to be in them. Big matchup on the NBA hardwood at 3 p.m. And I'm just going to tease you a little bit. At 3 p.m. on ABC. I love ABC NBA matchups on the weekends. Something so relaxing about being able to tune into those. This week, it's the Heat at the Lakers. So we talked about how the NHL was missing, but the NBA has it going on at 3 p.m. on Saturday with their finals rematch. Now, what the NHL is going to do is they're going to have on ESPN Plus at 7 p.m. the Maple Leafs and the Canadians. Sorry. Now, I was thinking ahead, getting a little bit worked up because I'm so biased. And I, of course, want to tune into the Lightning Stars. They must not be playing that night. Oh, wait, they are playing at 8 p.m. But instead, ESPN Plus is picking up the Maple Leafs and the Canadians, two teams that, quite frankly, last time I checked, and I checked all the time when I was working for the Lightning own those two teams. So pretty unbelievable that there's a current disconnect there. Maybe it'll sort itself out, but as of right now, it's ESPN Plus, 7 p.m., Maple Leafs versus Canadians as the must-watch NHL game. Once we move into Sunday, a whole lot of uncertainty. I'll look to sort it out as things get a little bit closer. But we've got a big Serie A matchup at 9 a.m. on Sunday. AC Milan versus Inter Milan. Those are actually the top two teams in the Serie A table, and they're scheduled to face off. Not to mention it's a huge rivalry. I got to assume that game ends up on ESPN+. But as of right now, I use an app called FootMob for tracking my soccer viewing. As of right now, that game is not listed for a TV broadcast. I think it'll be sorted out because also currently not listed is Man City at Arsenal. 11:30 on Sunday, those two teams. That'll probably be on NBCSN or Peacock. At 1 o'clock, another game that's not sorted, this time in the NCAA men's college basketball world. This game's not only a rivalry game, but it's a top 5 matchup. Number 3, University of Michigan men's hoops travels to number 4, Ohio State. Again, not currently set for a TV broadcast, but I got to assume this all finds its way into our Sunday. There's a lot of great games set for both the NHL and the NBA later in the afternoon on Sunday, as well as Sunday evening. I would always encourage you to check out my website. It's a blog post that I put up. I'll put it up on Sunday evenings, but it's a blog post that I put up called What to Watch Sports on TV for the Week Ahead. It goes more in depth and lists a full list of games that you don't want to miss each day of the week for the entire week ahead, along with channel listings. So be sure to check me out on themoderndodo.com. But more importantly, stay safe and enjoy your week ahead, whatever you choose to watch.